What do you think of the Second Amendment? You rap about guns.
The actual Second Amendment?
Yeah, you rap about guns from time to time. What are your thoughts on like the legalization?
I
or
personally,
gun control?
the legalization of it. Oh damn, you gave me like a CNN question.
Just whatever. I'm just interested in what your thoughts are on it overall.
All right, so personally, I personally think every single black person in this country should have some sort of baseline knowledge of weaponry, or like or shooting, or have somebody should in their house should have a license or something. That's just me personally, and the reason is because I think that we get shot in the street so much, and so much random shit just happens to black people all the time. We got to be armed, I think, personally. And me personally, I think I love guns. I think I own guns. I got them legally. I have a concealed carry, and like, it's for defense, you know? It makes me feel better, like when I'm just like doing my day-to-day shit. But I think that it just should be harder to get. That's all. I don't really think there should be like a widespread ban on them, because people just want to get rid of them altogether.
Right.
And I don't think that's realistic. There's
not gonna hundreds of millions of guns in this country.
Yeah, hundreds. And
you know, like, what are they going to do?
And I would dare say most of them are not registered at all. You know what I'm saying? So you're never really going to get rid of the guns in America. What you can do is just make it harder. It's way too easy to get a gun. Yeah. I'll just be honest about that. That's it.
I was listening to a podcast the other day with this liberal commentator saying that so many of his liberal Democratic friends are buying guns right now because their viewpoint is that they don't want the Republicans to have all the guns if some shit goes down. Which seems like a pretty reasonable.
They already have them. Like,
yeah.
All these crazy militias and shit, they've been had guns since before any of us was thinking about that shit. Since before I was born. They got bunkers, man. They got fucking rice and shit stuffed up. They got dried up food. They're ready to go. So it's like you trying to play catch up in 2021 to these kind of people is not going to be possible. But like, that's great that people are waking up to it now, because I know a lot of people are just like, nah, no guns. I don't like guns, blah, blah, blah. But I really think it should just be harder to get them, instead of it just being like, it's just too easy. That's all. It's just way too simple to get them and easy. And if it was just like harder screening, like more like things to like detect these crazy ass people who actually go out and do crazy shit with them, it would be a lot better. But I don't think there needs to be a widespread ban on them. That's just my opinion though, personally. As an owner, personally, that's my opinion. But
I mean, it's crazy when you see people who are really immersed in like gun culture, like this fucking kid who shot up at school the other day, and then they're showing his parents buying him the gun. They're displaying it on social media. The mom, so he gets caught looking at ammunition in class on his phone, and the teacher tells his mom, and then his mom doesn't even respond, hears the voicemail, and texts her son and says, "You need to get better at not getting caught." That was a wild moment for me. Like, am I really reading this? Like, is this really how this went down? And granted, they got charged with manslaughter, which is, I guess, is nice.
Yeah, they had to, because like their negligence is literally what led to that, because they could have stopped that so many times. I was looking at that shit too. Like what happened? Like they caught the kid in school doing some shit, like drawing some crazy shit, and they called the parents.
They let him go back to class, and then he started shooting everybody.
It's like it could have been stopped at so many levels, and it could have been stopped at a parenting level, but the parents are just shit parents, really, and they were just like, whatever. And it's just like, if you're going to be obsessed with guns and whatever, that's cool, but like, you can't just, because of your negligence, like, all these kids died because of your kid. Now your ass is in jail. So it's just like, all you had to do was not everything you did.
Yeah. Like, they really managed to fuck up every last thing that you could have potentially done there.
They did everything wrong. Like, down to the day of it happening, they did everything wrong. So it's just like...
When I was 16, I was in a photography class, and I took a picture of a dead squirrel, like, that had been run over by a car. And then it's getting developed, and the teacher sees that I'm taking a picture of this dead animal. And I've come to learn that torturing animals is like one of the biggest signs that somebody's going to become a killer.
Yeah, it's like a sign of a sociopath.
Yeah, so they reported me. I had to go to the office. They're doing all kinds of, they're making me do all these reviews and stuff. And I'm like, do you think that I actually ran a fucking squirrel over with my car. Even if I wanted to do that, nobody could do that unless you trapped it and held it in place.
Yeah, you'd have to really be like, you'd have to sit outside all day and like keep attempting that.
Yeah, just drive up and down the street all day until you murk something.
That would be like content.
But that was 1999 or something, and that was how concerned they were about that. And then when I hear that story about that kid, I'm just like
it's just dumbass. It's like the people you saw that were crazy and stupid when we were younger, they grow up and have kids. I'm realizing that now as I get older. I'm like, oh, you don't get smarter.
Right.
Like if you're dumb right now and you're crazy as shit and don't got your shit together, when you're 40 or 50 and you're having kids, you just pass that shit down. So like, the parents are crazy.
That is what's scary.
Crazy.
You see a lot of shit these days, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you're passing that down to your kids. Like, I know a girl who's fully into QAnon, and she just had a baby, and I'm just like,
hell yeah.
That seems like you're just legitimately abusing your child because of the fact that you're going to one day tell him that that's how the world works. That's scary.
I mean, bro, that QAnon shit is just hilarious to me.
Yeah.